to Beer in Beautiful Places, the channel where we go on adventures and drink beer afterwards. Now I'm starting a series of how-to videos because with this channel I don't want to just have you all watch my adventures. I want you to be able to go on adventures of your own. If you're new here, welcome. Glad to have ya. Be sure to subscribe. If you are already a subscriber, what's up? How you doing? Thanks for coming back. Today we're going to talk about my first experience on the Tahoe Rim Trail and what I could do better next time. This isn't meant to be a first introduction to how to go through hiking, but if you've already done a lot of research, what else might you need to know that you haven't come across yet? Well, to get right into things, the first thing that I'll do differently next time is I underestimated how many miles I could go per day. I think I read on the Tahoe Rim Trail website, you gotta look at your past experiences to gauge how much you think you'll be able to do the TRT in. I was like, okay, well, I've been on a few 30-mile weekend trips that took 4 days, and it was a long weekend. And so I was like, okay, well, we'll try to do 10 miles a day. That seems pretty doable. We go on day hikes, we're pretty fit. However, it ended up being 15 miles a day. 2 days we even did 20 miles a day. So what I learned was, even if for day hikes you're used to going a certain length, just be aware that you'll probably want to go further. You are going to have a lot of time on your hands. You don't have to drive home or anything, so you'll spend the whole day hiking, and you can do a lot of miles in that time. We planned the trip to last 3 weeks, but we got the journey done in 16 days. And the TRT is 265 miles. And normally that wouldn't be a problem because we went more than we expected, woohoo! But because of that, we were carrying a whole lot more food than we needed. That was the only downside. Going hand in hand with that, my next thing I'm going to do differently next time is try to carry less water. Now that sounds counterintuitive, right? You would think when you exercise you need to drink water. But I was carrying about 4 liters of water, and I've learned that most thru hikers carry about 2. One for cooking, one for drinking. So maybe I'll just try to drink less throughout the day, not stop every few feet and have a sip of water, but carry less water, and that'll make the load lighter on my shoulders and hips. You know what I mean. Make my backpack less heavy. Alright, the next lesson I learned is permits are hard. Our original plan was to go on the John Muir Trail. However, we never were drawn in the lottery. Even though we were wanting to go in late August, we just didn't get our chance, and so we had to think of a different plan. Then when I went to the Tahoe Rim Trail, you need a permit to go through Desolation Wilderness, and I did have trouble getting a hold of anyone on the phone for that. If I was to do the trail again, I would have called every day through many different times a day, but I just didn't know what to expect. I thought they would never answer, so we had to do walk-up permits instead of calling ahead. As soon as you decide what trail you want to go on, start looking into permits, write it on your calendar when the process starts for getting those. Next up, I am going to try my next thru hike with a different hiking buddy or go alone. My TRT hiking buddy, I was glad to have them, glad to not go it alone my first time, but we weren't really suited for each other, and that was really hard. That's all I'm going to say about that. In all the books and all the blogs I read, it always said first-timers always carry way too much gear. I think I really narrowed it down the best I could at the time. One piece of gear that I brought that I wish I hadn't, that I never really used, was shower wipes. They're super light. I thought maybe this will be a nice little treat on the trail. However, I didn't really feel clean after using them. I just felt more aware of how dirty I was, and damp. So, no shower wipes for me next time. Another thing is that I really struggled with on trail was just being alone in my head and being left alone with my thoughts every day. The first few days you're looking at nature, you're appreciating, you're planning the hike, but then it starts to set in that like, oh, what am I supposed to think about? What's supposed to entertain my brain? And I didn't have the amount of battery on my phone I needed to listen to podcasts. So I was really bored, I guess, for lack of a better term. Even though my body was busy hiking, my brain was just... And so next time I'm going to be sure to be able to listen to podcasts to entertain my brain, keep me in good spirits, and not get bogged down. Now, because this is Beer and Beautiful Places and I love to do a little brew review with every video I make, today I had Victoria Sour Monkey Sour Triple. You can tell from the first sip, it is a very strong sour. It's hoppy, it's strong, it's citrusy. It is 9.5 alcohol by volume. But it's delicious. Alrighty, so in review, next time I'm going to plan my miles a little more realistically. I'm going to try to carry less water with me. Get my permits the first thing. I'm going to hike by myself. Not going to carry shower wipes. And listen to podcasts along the way to entertain my brain. If you've gone on through hikes before, what are some of the things you learned your first through hike? If you haven't and you want to go, what else can I tell you to help prepare you for the best hike possible? Until next time, guys, I'll see you later.